Hello and welcome to Clog Sports, your ultimate number one sports show in the nation. My name is Naya Asari. As always, it's a pleasure to come to your homes, on your screens, on your phones to bring you the best in the world of sports. Yes, I don't know about you, but my bags are packed, passport is ready, and we are USA, Mexico, and Canada bound. But to some of our neighbors, our favorite Jollof neighbors, we tell them that agenda delayed is not agenda denied, whatever that means. We'll get to know. We'll be talking about the aftermath of the Black Stars qualifying to the 2026 World Cup. And we'll also be talking about Accra Hearts of Oak. They seem to be in hot waters. Their performances on the pitch are actually beginning to take a good turn. But then when it comes to matters behind the scenes, they are still in the limelight. A court case has been filed against them. We'll be talking about that as well. We'll be going around the world to look at how the World Cup qualifications and Ronaldo and Messi are setting new world records as time goes on. We'll be talking about that as well. And to help me do this discussion are my drum roll regular partners in sports. I'm talking about Isaac Opoku, aka the landlord of Ghana football and the champion of champions, Champion Benito. Guys, it's a wonderful Wednesday afternoon. Fantastic bio standard. Benito.
Yes, sir.
How are we doing?
God is still the greatest.
Once I got these two answers chalked, that means it's going to be a beautiful session.
Oh, sure. As usual.
Yeah.
It's been raining since dawn. And so I only have one advice for everyone, that everywhere is wet.
Yes.
So just be careful not to fall into any hole. Yes, because
yes,
the moment the grounds are wet, it's easy to get slipped. You get it?
Yes. You may end up slipping and falling in love. Who knows? So you have to also be careful.
Exactly.
Anyway, that's by the way. We are streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube as well. Once you go on YouTube and Facebook, you search for Clog TV and you'll be able to watch us live and in color as the show is going on. If you want to bring in your concerns, your thoughts, your suggestions, you can actually send us a message via WhatsApp 050-050-0421 and we'll be kind enough to read it for you. Guys, Black Stars attained qualification this time around without any calculators. This time around leading by 6 points. Quite comfortable, it seemed, on the last day of qualification. What are your thoughts?
Thank you very much. Let's greet our people watching us live on Facebook and also Clog TV. We are always grateful, and I'm back. For the past 2 shows, I wasn't able to come here, but I'm back. I'm back for good. I saw today's week when you and Little and Marcelo were here talking about the match against Central African Republic, and on Friday too, I saw you and Benito also doing a fantastic job, and God bless you guys. I think that finally, what we were preaching and hoping for has really come to pass. It's unfortunate I wasn't at Accra Sports Stadium on Sunday, but the footages that I saw on social media,
beautiful by all standards.
It was massive. The attendance, and I saw a video of some supporters at Independence Square having fun. I said, "Wow, Bema, like I'm young, but
what is wrong with you? I hear in the studio, in and around, they are calling you Watafrija. What is that about?
Oh, some small cold be, so I was just under the weather, but I'm okay now.
Okay.
My facial expression crash shows I'm okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So it was a very good one. Let me start from Wednesday up to the Sunday game. Beating Central Africa 5-0 and also beating Comoros 1. People were complaining about the Sunday game because they wanted more goals. But what they saw on Wednesday, but I said Comoros is not an easy team.
Yeah.
Before this game, you know about almost like 2 or 3 matches. We've not won any. So you could see clearly like it wasn't easy, and it was really fun. The three of us has been preaching about these things. We want to go to the World Cup, and they gave us a showdown. They gave us a very beautiful game. We saw the big people at the Nations Wembley. So now finally we've gone to the World Cup. But on Friday I saw you and Benito talking about something which I was just in the house smiling, talking about this Edin Ketia and Osun Edwe. And I think I always say this thing, what you pay attention to is what gets you. All of a sudden, you're qualified. Look at what we are paying attention to. These two people.
But there's a likelihood of they coming to join the Black Stars?
I know this our station is a national station, and I'll mount this demonstration all by myself, and I know people will support me. if any coach, if Otuado get the chance to take us to the World Cup next year,
by all indications, it looks like he's going to take us to the World Cup.
If Otuado called these two people, Nana, I could feel landlord, born on Friday, born in the month of April, will mount a serious demonstration against these people. Because Nana,
but why? If just looking at things, what's on ground at the moment. If Callum Hudson-Odoi comes to join the Black Stars, our left wing, our right wing is going to be better because he's a very good player.
So
week in, week out, he performs for Nottingham Forest.
And
he's a very good player.
I understand you perfectly. So we have players who play in that position. We have Fatah Usahaku, who is performing very well at Leicester City.
Yes.
We have
Right
Joseph Pinto, who is performing brilliant at LA Galaxy.
Yeah.
We have Kamaldeen Suleiman, who is performing brilliant at Atlanta.
But when you put all biases aside and all emotions aside, if you add Callum Hudson-Odoi to this mix, he outperforms some of these guys.
No, to you. It is to you. Then Semenyo can also play in that position better. Now the issue, the reason why some of our big people call and say we should call these guys in this, I think these are our players don't perform well in Europe. When they come to the Blaster now, the performance is low. Look at Semenyo. Before the Central African Republic game, look at the goal that he scored at Bournemouth over the weekend before coming to Ghana. It was brilliant. People were complaining, so he doesn't perform well. But now it's more time. For me personally, I don't know if Benito or you will side with me. I don't think adding Edin Ketia to the squad and also adding Odoi to the squad, no Ebeboy. And now we have players who are far better who can play in that position. Edin Ketia is a striker. On a normal day, if Iñaki Williams has his perfect good day now, he can perform very well. Brandon Thomas Asante on the perfect day now, he can perform brilliant. So there's no need. We don't need. I always say in Ghana, things which are not necessary, that's what we pay attention to. That's how I say what you pay attention to is that will get you. We don't need these two people now. Right now, God being so good, we've been able to qualify. Let's start our preparation. My 5 P's, proper preparation prevents poor performance. Next month, we have 2 friendly matches in Japan.
Yes.
One against, let's prepare towards it. Let's play competitive friendly matches near how the team is. And we should stop putting this agenda, say let's call these two people. And I will say this thing again. If these two people get the chance to go to the World Cup, I, landlord, will stand a serious demonstration against the nation and the GFA against, because now we don't need them.
What if they are called for the friendlies and they come?
We don't even need them. We don't even need them in a friendly.
Perform your players.
No. If you call them out, you are supposed to drop people at the front line.
Well, if you are dropping them and it's based on
okay, let's make things clear here. If you call these two people out, you are supposed to drop either Asante, Kamaldeen, Joseph Pinto, or Abdul Fattah Issahaku. These 4 players, and these 4 players that I've mentioned, per start, they are far better than Edin Ketia and Odoi. Edin Ketia, what do you mean?
Crystal Palace.
How many times does he play for Crystal Palace in a season?
He actually plays.
This season, he has not even played like 2 matches in 90 minutes. Edin Ketia, I have the start. Apart from Odoi, who is performing very well at Nottingham Forest. But you can't tell me.
Same for Kamaldeen Suleiman, who has not played quite.
But anytime Kamaldeen comes in, look at the input that he gives to Atlanta.
I'm not advocating for Edin Ketia or anything. I'm just saying that. Looking at him, you could argue that he this season when he comes on, he's also
no one is advocating for them.
Against Liverpool. He ended their unbeaten streak.
Edin Ketia.
Yes.
That was the only match that we saw him performing this season.
Anyway, that's just by the way. Benito.
Yes, sir.
It's a fantastic morning. God is still the greatest. And we've started on a very hot note. Landlord is going all guns blazing.
Yeah,
I'm back. He's back.
Yes.
Tell us what's happening. Black Stars qualified. Edin Ketia.
Conversation.
Saga, what's happening?
Yes, as usual, let's give it out for our cherished viewers, and we appreciate their time and everything. First of all, let's commend the Black Stars, the entire team, from the technical handlers to the playing body, headed by Jordan Pierayu and everyone that matters, because this is our 2 successive times going for the World Cup. That is, we had opportunity to go for the 2022 Qatar. Unfortunately, we performed abysmally.
Yeah.
But then, thankfully, we've also qualified for the 2026 World Cup. I'm sure we will be talking about our performances and our chances in the 2026 World Cup. But now, after sharing praises to this team and the managers, the Ghana Football Association, the Sports Ministry, whoever that played role, in fact, sports journalists, and in all, to every Ghanaian, we've been behind this team, and it was one of a kind, very solid, most especially during our home matches. If it's Kumasi, we will be there in our numbers. If it's Accra Sports Stadium, we've been there in our numbers, and it tells us that irrespective of the criticism and the backlash this Black Stars face, we are still behind them. And then it shows that when they are able to bring successes to the country, why not? We will still be with them. I'll come back to the issue of the Black Stars, but this subject that Callum Hudson-Odoi and Edin Nketiah's saga, I do not know where it is coming from at this point in time, because I really remember when these conversations popped up, it was some weeks or months to the 2022 World Cup that was held in Qatar.
Yeah.
Right from that period, I have never chanced on any interview whatsoever that Edin Nketiah is speaking on probably playing for Black Stars or Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Not to cut you, but we've actually had some indications from his close relatives, and according to all indications, he's open to joining the Black Stars.
I understand. We are talking about indications. I'm not disputing that fact, but then I'm building a point. So right from 2022 to 2025, it's about 3 years interval. Very well. Let me start with Edin Nketiah. First of all, he should try and find good form at probably Crystal Palace, wherever he is.
Club level.
Because from all observations, I understand that in real situations, you can have a player that do not perform to expectation probably at the club level, yet gets called at his or a national team.
Yeah.
I understand. But in real situations. So if you are Edin Nketiah, I know his capabilities, being an Arsenal product and his qualities. At this point in time, if you are talking about performance, we are not talking about individual. For him being Edin Nketiah, an English-born Ghanaian, no, but performance. Compared to the current players that were involved in our qualifiers.
Yeah.
So if you're talking of his position and his performance at this material moment, we're not talking about the future or probably the past one. At this moment, to be at Crystal Palace and not have played more than 21 games in the last 2 seasons, it's an error. No one will be able to defend you in this scenario. For 2 years, you've not been able to play more than 21 games. Scoring, let's say, 2 goals or something. It isn't something that will convince people to be backing you for this particular agenda. But when we're talking about World Cup and tournament, one thing we shouldn't just join sentiment in dealing with is your squad depth.
Yeah.
Before you can win a major competition or tournament, one of the key aspects is your squad depth.
Yeah.
And at this point, let's say we are going for 2026 World Cup. We have Edin Nketiah in our team. It's a huge plus for Black Stars of Ghana.
Yeah.
Do not get me wrong. I've dealt with his performance.
Yeah.
It is one aspect of this conversation.
And now you're coming to his quality in terms of
exactly.
depth. Yeah.
Yes. His exposure, his quality, and the player he is in Callum in Edin Nketiah.
Yeah.
If we have him in our Black Stars squad for the 2026 World Cup, is a huge booster for our team. Now, to Callum Hudson-Odoi, he is performing very well. I know his capabilities, his qualities. At this point in time, one thing I want every Ghanaian to have in mind is this thing. We should get this thing very clear. We have about 7 to 8 months to the tournament. The beer is possible to happen. Everything can happen. Have you forgotten that Dennis Odoi, Omo not joining qualifiers, no?
Yeah.
Omo not joining you.
Yeah.
But where are they now? Daniel Kofichire. Omo not starting qualifiers in you. But we're well over 9 months on my. That is why I'm talking about squad depth. So if within your pool of players, you have quality in and around your team, and Nkwano speaks volumes for your team going to a tournament, and not any other tournament than the World Cup. The most prestigious tournament that is played amongst countries. So my case is, one, since they are Ghanaians, they have every right and opportunity to represent the national team. Since they are Ghanaians. But the only problem people are facing, I'm not part of them. We've been sentimental.
Yeah.
That has been our case. In 2006, Ochoa didn't play any of our qualifiers, yet he played in the World Cup.
And now he's our manager.
Yes. And Ochoa don't put the only locus cross or Bekan's same way. Yes. He is a living testimony. He didn't play any of our qualifiers, yet he represented us at the World Cup. Go and ask why Lai Kingston didn't participate in that particular World Cup.
Was it because of Otuado?
I do not know. But the point I'm trying to make is that in the whole world, it is not every time that people will be part of the preparations. But when the success comes, they will come and enjoy. Take that one. Take that one. It's one of the simplest principles in life. Sanity. That lumba one no si one henko foodi. So if they are performing well, since they are Ghanaians, bruh, I have no qualms with them. The only thing is that come and show us your power in the Black Stars jersey. So very fortunate for these two gentlemen. We have friendly games in Asia in November. Just agree to come.
Would they be even selected in the first place if they agree?
Why not? If they have FIFA clearance that they can represent Ghana, why not? And within friendly games, Brandon Thomas Asante said they have the potential to play for the Black Stars. And yet, friendly UK, Unity Cup.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what you saw here.
You see my point? So at this time, if they are ready to represent us, let them in. Yantia Nomna Ibrahim Diaz, also on Spain, Morocco. See his influence and impact. So if they are ready to represent, fair enough. Let's stop using sentiment and I do not know the words to use again.
Emotions,
yes.
I don't know whether that is sinking in very well with landlord, because landlord said he was going on strike. One-man strike.
If you want to demonstrate against probably the GFA, the sports ministry, because it's been aired or it's been in the public that Edinketia Callum Hudson-Odoi could be part of the Black Star squad, I would say that it will be a waste of time. My brother, you will waste your time.
I know.
Because if at this point, one, they have FIFA clearance to represent Ghana. That's the first thing. In fact, it is the most important aspect of
Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Yes.
Come and then in our friendlies, Nketia scores a hat-trick. Hudson-Odoi gives a couple of assists.
Yes.
In there. Then you're looking like, okay, am I even being fair to them by saying they shouldn't be in there? We need them if their performances comes to click for the Black Stars.
Exactly. That is my establishment. Because not forgetting that we have about 7 to 8 months to the tournament.
Yeah.
Players here on board qualifiers here. I do not want to be a prophet of doom, but Ebimu will go on injuries and stuff. So at this time,
that's not our wish. But
that is. But then, as and when we journey in this life, maybe I bet me see. That is why I do not want us to just put a red envelope around these players. Say, yeah, bond their mama, but I feel like they say NCNC, no contribution, no chop. No, but there are situations someone wouldn't contribute yet. On the major share, the largest share of the food, we need them because of their qualities. I'm not talking about their current performances, but their qualities, the exposure they have. Imagine you are facing England in your group, and Callum Hudson-Odoi, let's say Jordan Ayew, let's say Edin Ketia is leading your lines. The exposure. They've been with these people. They know them. And, that is why I still think and believe that if they are ready to represent us, fair enough, they should work on their FIFA clearance. That is the second thing. On the third one, they should also be part of the team. If you want to help build good team conditioning spirit, and this will be free, baby, I know about team bonding. It starts from somewhere. So this is the clear time for them. Only if they want to represent us from their good heart. And yes, you are
okay, I don't know what you're thinking about. Edin Ketia, Callum Hudson-Odoi, and other players that maybe are Ghanaians but haven't played for the Black Stars. Now that we've secured qualifications for the World Cup, I should say, do you think it is fair that they actually join in the Black Stars? You can send us your thoughts, your comments on this number on your screen, 0500500421, and we'll be kind enough to read it for you. These are the happenings, the aftermath of the Black Stars qualifications to the 2026 World Cup, which is happening in USA, Mexico, and Canada. And we'll go about and we'll talk about the playoff stages and the teams that will be in the playoff stages as well. African giants, Cameroon, and then our Nigerian brothers are also there. Looks as though Nigeria, they may need to have a long route if they want to actually qualify for the World Cup. Otherwise, the only pot that they will be in will not be a pot in the World Cup, but at Port Harcourt, as Benedict said the other time. The only state that they are going to be is not going to be United States, but will be in those states. These are some of the jokes that are flying around on social media. So, guys, let me read some messages before we actually continue. This one is coming from Inside Cantamanto. He says, "My name is Papaya. Good show, guys. Hello, Nana. Winning is our ultimate goal. So, selection of the players should be strictly based on merits. If they think, if they qualify, then I think they should allow them to play." This is from Fifi from Anumabo. Keep your messages coming in. We are having different opinions and views from the people that are actually watching us at the moment. Fifi from Anumabo says that meritocracy should be the only basis for selection, and if they qualify, they should actually be in there and then they should play. Landlord, it looks as though people are not going to be in line with your strike, or at least the people that have texted us. What do you think that Neobre NOD, the people that have suffered to get us through this, the people that we have bashed, imagine someone like Kamaldeen Suleimana being insulted for not passing the ball to Iñaki Williams and all that. If we gain qualification, and he has actually learned from that, with the experience that he has gained in the Black Stars, that is going to be invulnerable. But then this time around, it looks as though if other players come in and they are playing in his position, he may stand the risk of not going to the World Cup.
And I think for the callers and Benito gave a great submission about player depth and so on. As a footballer, even as a woman being so as a footballer, you know, these are times now, 8 months, and you could see some of the players, they'll be very careful in playing for their club side because they want to go and compete in the World Cup. So injuries may come. Banana, my whole issue about these cases, why now? Benito said something. When we were playing against Mali, we never heard about these two people. We never heard about this news. The last time I heard about these two people was, I saw them say, when Edin Ketia came to Ghana, he was hanging out with Kim Promise, and I heard the news, so Obeson Switchy and Ghana.
That was Hudson-Odoi.
Yeah. Good. But now when we were playing against Chad, when we were playing against Mali, we never heard these people's voices. We never heard this news. So these people want to come and play for us. But all of a sudden, all of a sudden, when we were one step, not even one step, we were about to party here at Accra Sports Stadium. Baby, the story came from. These 2 people want to come and play. And you could see some of the senior journalists, we're speaking to their family members, and their players are willing to play. When we were playing against Chad, you people never spoke to their family members. Nana, I will still stand by my word. Fine. So if during the time of the selection, then some of the players got injured. Iñaki got injured, quickly we replaced him with Brandon Tomanasante. That was a perfect one. Benito said next month is just around the corner. 17th, 18th, we are playing in Asia. So right now, I'm sure the coach is going to change the face of the players. Right now, we are even forgetting that Otoado is in hot power because we have people who are performing very well around the world. In 2026 or 23, I could work, but it's going to be a difficult decision for you because if you don't take time, I only play because he feels like he's performing very well. So Nana, I think I agree with what Benito said. If injuries doesn't come in, fine.
Holding all things constant, if the players that are playing now are fit, we shouldn't call them.
No. We shouldn't. We shouldn't.
Irrespective of form.
No. Now, Benito said something about, Ghana is playing against England. You have this Edin Ketia, Jordan Ayew, Kudus at the front line. Only Edin Ketia could Edin film. If Ghana is playing against England, you play Jordan Ayew, you play Kudus, you play Antoine Semenyo, which these 3 people are performing well in England, which on the normal day, my only problem right now I have is, why is these people performing well in England when they come to our national side and they don't perform very well? A typical example is Antoine Semenyo. I've been watching his goal over the week each and every day. Say, look at the goal that the guy scored before coming to play against Central African Republic. But Oba, we don't know what is wrong. So if he needs someone to talk to, if something is wrong with him, let's reach out to him.
Should call you?
I'm not saying he should call me, but he should talk to people. So that is wrong. Because now, you and the 2 of us know says Semenyo is a very good player. When you play him very well, when you play him in his right position, he will deliver for us. But Oba has said, look at Iñaki. The Iñaki that we know at Bilbao, that is not the Iñaki that we are seeing the Blaster. So the people that you are even fighting for them, when they come out, probability said the players
performing high.
It's the same thing. Because look at Semenyo performing high in the club side, well, come to the national unperforming. So probability is almost on the performing inside. So please, right now, I'm just hoping and praying, we will not get injuries in our team. If we get injuries in our team, the Milan Lord, I have no problem to add Odo and Nketia into the squad. But if there's no injury, you'll be free now. Inshallah, Antasa. The best of
Well, it looks as though we're having very, very much, not conflicting, but some statements that are maybe very inviting to think about. Landlord is saying that with all things being constant, with the players that we have being fit, we don't need to call the likes of Callum Hudson-Odoi, we don't need to call the likes of Edin Ketia, Nyobre, Enudie. Those who have suffered, if they are fit, then they should play. Benito is also talking about squad depth and the fact that if they are on form and they are fit and firing, and they actually get called up and they are available, then they shouldn't raise eyebrows. We shouldn't add sentiments to it. But most importantly, what do you think about these 2 stances that these guys have taken? Let us know your thoughts. Let us know your comments, and we'll be kind enough to read them for you. Talking about comments, we have this one coming from Desmond from Aoshi. He says that sorry for our neighbor Nigeria, but Port Harcourt is also not bad. So they'll be there for now. We'll see Black Stars. This is from Desmond from Aoshi. So keep your comments coming in 050-050-0421 and we'll read them for you. But on this note, we'll go for a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk about the playoffs and the CAF statements concerning playoffs and the teams that have qualified for the playoffs. This and more do we have for you on Clog Sports, your ultimate #1 sports show in the nation. Don't go anywhere. Nation's ultimate and one sports show, and I'm here with my usual partners in sports. I'm talking about Isaac Obuku, aka the landlord of Ghana football, and the champion of champions, champion Benito. Yes, we are here and we're talking about the Black Stars and then the players that deserve to be called up. Although it's not yet time, 8 months is quite a long time in football in terms. A lot of things can change. Do we need Callum Hudson-Odoi? Do we need Eddie Nketiah and the likes? We are talking about that as well. We asked you to send your comments. We asked you to send your thoughts to 050-050-0421. And we'll be able to read them for you. Now we are going to talk about the playoffs and the teams that have actually made the playoffs at the moment. Nigeria, yesterday, after winning by 4-0, thought they were going to secure automatic qualification as part of the 9 secured spots for African teams. But unfortunately, it wasn't so. South Africa won by 3-0, beating Nigeria all the way. Although they were deducted 3 points, 3 goals, 18 points was just enough for them to qualify to the World Cup. Now, there is also another part that Nigeria did not necessarily need to qualify for the World Cup, the playoff stages. But there was, should I say controversial, or maybe there was this rule by CAF that has actually given them the nod to actually play in the playoff spots. And that was the rule that all the last places, all the teams that are in the playoff spaces, whatever match that they played against the teams that were bottom of their group, the points were going to be deducted, and then they were going to actually be played on valued based on that. So now these are the rankings of the best second place teams after that particular incident. Now we have Gabon in first position. When you deduct the points that they had against their last place team in their group, they have 19 points, and then we have DR Congo also on 16 points, and then we have Cameroon on 15 points as well, and then Nigeria on 15 points. Yesterday, their handsome goal difference +4 was able to surpass that of the Burkina Faso, who were having 6 goals at the time. Nigeria, when they were leading by 3 goals, would have also had 6 goals, but then this time around, they have 7 goals after beating them by 4-0. So this is how it's looking like. The 4 spots for the second place teams, which will be played for the African playoffs: Gabon, Congo, Cameroon, Nigeria. And what is going to happen is that these 4 teams, there will be a draw on October 23rd. That's later this month. A draw October 23rd, and then they are going to face each other based on that particular draw in a one-off semi-final playoff. So they are going to play one-off at based on the draw. The venues will be coming out, and then when they play that particular one-off game, they will be moving on to the final. So the winners of that will play each other, and then that winner will now be Africa's playoff spot competitor when they go and play the intercontinental playoff position. So it's going to be a long route, and that will also be drawn on March 23 next year. So they would have to take a very long route. It's going to be interesting there, Benito.
Yes, meanwhile, I should say that this particular rule raises a lot of controversies, most especially with Eritrea withdrawing from the qualifiers.
Yeah.
And so applying that particular, it makes the whole situation very controversial. But then all in all, one thing I want to establish is that after all these scenarios and then assertions, if Nigeria, Cameroon misses out on World Cup, I wouldn't be surprised. Yes, because after the playoffs, you will now be drawn with reps from the CONCACAF, reps from the Asia, that is a OFC. OFC.
That's Oceania.
Oceania, yes. And reps from the AFC.
That's Asia.
Yes.
Asia
so with CONMEBOL, CONCACAF, Asia, and the Oceania.
So that's another
4 different continents.
And they are battling for just one playoff spot. And then on the other hand, there's also another playoff spot that reps from Europe are going to actually battle for.
Exactly.
So
from that particular bracket, it involves Jamaica, Bolivia, and some reps from Europe.
Yeah.
So it means that irrespective of your hard work, Charlie, one of these countries, if one of them misses out, glory to God, because with this bracket system, it is most likely that the finals in the CAF playoff will be among Nigeria and Cameroon. Yes, because Nigeria will be playing Gabon. And DR Congo plays.
But is the draw out yet? Or?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yes. So it is Nigeria, Gabon, Cameroon, Congo.
Interesting.
So all things being equal, if Cameroon, per their standard and per their quality, they're able to advance at the expense of DR Congo. Obviously, with how Nigeria fared within the qualifying stage, despite the fact that they couldn't qualify automatically, they can overthrow Gabon.
Yeah.
Even though Gabon is also having a wonderful streak, but per their standard, I'm sure Cameroon can also advance to that particular stage. So at this point, the finals of the playoff in CAF will be between Cameroon and Nigeria.
Most likely.
Most likely.
Yeah. Okay, but then when you look at what's actually on ground at the moment, the 4 teams that are battling for that playoff spot.
Yeah.
It is only one of them that was not top seeded for the team, which is Gabon. DR Congo were the top seeded side for their group. Nigeria were the top seeded guys for their group. Cameroon as well were the top seeded guys for their group, but they lost to that is Cape Verde. Nigeria lost to South Africa.
Yeah.
And then we have the DR Congo also losing to I think Benin as well. So it's quite an interesting.
That is why I'm saying that
conversation.
By every means, we would get at least 2 powerhouses from African football that wouldn't be participating in the World Cup. I do not know for a fact, but from observations in our last 3 editions of the World Cup, starting from the 2018 to 2022 and on to 2026, of which we are yet to know the real happenings. Have you asked yourself why Egypt failed to qualify for the 2022 World Cup?
Wasn't it merely based on performance?
There is this feeling that in every major competition,
there's a reduction of African giants in that particular competition.
Maybe people haven't paid attention to it, but it's been happening. Similar thing happened to Nigeria in 2022 World Cup.
Yeah.
So in this case, the powerhouses in African football, that we would have the belief that when they are up there, they can do excellently well.
Which I said in Ghana, they're in your powerhouse because almost all the time we go.
We are still boasting of our past glories.
Yeah.
In this recent times, when we're talking about powerhouses in African football,
we are not part.
Top 5, Ghana, we are just still living within the past glories. But the point is, if Nigeria misses out on the 2026 World Cup, it will be very disastrous. And it would be of one of the painful aspects for their new manager in Eric Chile. They missed out in the last edition that was hosted in Qatar by a West African counterpart, Ghana.
We beat them, so that was they have fun touching.
And now we also playoff. So a powerhouse in African football missing out on 2 successive World Cups. What does it tell us? In fact, what does it speak about the African football? Look at Nigeria with all these stars. We can, in fact, so with their top players, you will be scared, and obviously you would have to, increase your training schedules and stuff. But here is the case. About 80% of Mintiminko. Nigeria. Looking at the brackets, you doing community CAF, FIFA, it's about. It will be very difficult for Nigeria and Cameroon to qualify. It will be one of the difficult things. Say Nigeria will qualify. But then my only worry is that it is negatively affecting the African football. Negatively. Because imagine we are parading Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco, Egypt, to some extent Ghana. Then you're Nigeria, you're Cameroon. You see the kind of notion we will start building. But here is the case, these two giants are on the verge of missing out.
And Ivory Coast as well.
Yes. I am very happy for the South Africans. It tells me one thing. Resilience and determination. After fielding unqualified player in Teboho Makwena.
I think they should have actually been punished for it, for them to learn a lesson. That because
I understand,
it became a disgrace to African football.
Exactly.
If you actually,
but they got punished.
No, they got punished
without points deduction.
They should have been affected. So that
why?
It sets a deterrent.
If you follow football,
all African nations,
the only punishment that football people get the feeling the most, it is points deduction.
That's true.
And yet we're finding points deduction. Even in Ghana. To fight for 3 points, it is one of the most crucial things. And you have been said you not to remind anyone of
what happened.
Yes.
Yeah, it's true.
So I think that 3 points deduction and South Africa facing, it was the hardest of all. Yet they recovered, fought very well, and out of resilient spirit, they've qualified automatically. Let's give it out to Hugo Bruce. It was his target. He said it 2 years ago that if he is unable to qualify the Bafana to the World Cup, personally he will resign. And he's done it. Let's give his flowers to him. They've done very well. But in going forward, the administrative error.
Administrative errors were in check.
Yes.
That is my main issue.
Exactly.
You cannot be running football and national football without having correct data analytics and correct data being
that is the problem
for your players.
A nation that has hosted the World Cup.
Yes. And this is one of the most basic requirements.
It's very fundamental.
If your player is yellow carded, you know. If your player is not supposed to play in this match, you know. When you go to the CAF website, it is there.
It's
players
very
that
clear.
are not supposed to be fielded in this particular match is there. Is it that you were testing the resolve of CAF? Or you were,
and I can be real money. You see, there are certain clubs that wants to.
And the game you played to was against Lesotho. You did not need, with all due respect to Lesotho, you do not need a Teboho Makwena to
in fact, in that particular game, virtually he did nothing.
I watched that game and I watched
in that particular game. This player in question virtually did nothing. He really has had 3 points.
Anyway, they are quite fortunate that they didn't face the full rigors of the effect of what they actually did, and then qualification has been secured for them. But I'm sure they were sweating, and that alone will teach them to do the right thing next time. And then now another team that we are talking about that should be doing the right thing, but haven't done it, is Accra Hearts of Oak. They are once again in the news because Rene Hiddink has taken them to the High Court in Tema and filed against them that they have still refused to pay him his money. If you don't know about this particular issue, Rene Hiddink was once the technical director. Accra Hearts of Oak wanted to shake up things in their backroom staff. But then before we even talk about Hearts of Oak, maybe I'm rushing too much. Let's look at the teams that have qualified for the World Cup, and then we'll come to the Accra Hearts of Oak issue. We'll delve into that. So let's take a look at the teams that have qualified. So far, we have these teams on the screen that have qualified. We have USA, Mexico, Canada, Japan, New Zealand, Iran, Argentina, Uzbekistan, South Korea, Jordan as well, making their first qualification. Now we have Australia, Brazil, Ecuador, and we have Uruguay, Colombia, Paraguay, Morocco, Tunisia, Egypt, Algeria, Ghana, Cabo Verde, that's Cape Verde, South Africa. We have Qatar, we have England, Saudi Arabia, we have Senegal, and Ivory Coast. Now these are the teams that have secured qualification for the World Cup so far. And so we'll be hoping. Now the slots that are open, we have 15 more slots for the European Confederation. We have some other slots as well for the other teams in and around the globe. And then we have 2 playoff spots. One with Africa, CONCACAF, CONMEBOL,
yes,
and then AFA, the Asian Football Federation. And then the other We have the North American Football Federation, that's the Jamaican region, and then also Europe as well will be competing for 2 other playoff spots. And the playoff in itself, Benito, if I should ask you, it looks as though it's going to set a preamble to the World Cup, because it's going to be really interesting.
And it would be an interesting one, because with you, the major aspect of it is that you have insight of qualification to the World Cup. So basically, all these countries that will be involved in the playoff would, one way or the other, might have started their World Cup, because it means that you are not joining the Mundial. But at that point, throughout these systems,
either Ubedu or Noah Bre or Ubedu or Noah gather momentum enough to actually go on into the World
they will be tired. Yes, you see, there are all circumstances that could happen.
So away from the World Cup, now let's come to Accra to Folk and then their issues. I talked about it earlier on. If you don't know the background to that particular story, Renee Hiddink was Accra to Folk. There was some time that Accra to Folk said, you know what, instead of us running our football like the way we used to run it, let's run it in an European style. Let's get structures in place so that we will make sure that everything goes on well. And in pursuit of doing that, they appointed Renee Hiddink, who was a Dutch football tactician. They appointed him as the technical director of Accra Hearts of Oak somewhere around October 2022, thereabouts. Between August to October, he was appointed as technical director for Accra Hearts of Oak. But along the line, just even less than a year, in 2023, he actually fell out. He said that some of the promises that they actually gave him, they didn't honor, including bonuses and salaries. And it was with this particular regard that he actually resigned from his position as technical director for Accra Hearts of Oak. After he resigned, Accra Hearts of Oak still refused to pay him the money that they owed him. And then he took the matter to court, that is with FIFA. And FIFA ruled that Accra Hearts of Oak have to settle him with a whooping $146,000, $146,400. That's the exact amount that he was supposed to have been settled with. But still, Accra Hearts of Oak refused to do that. A transfer ban was slapped on Accra Hearts of Oak that, you know what, without settling this particular man, you cannot be allowed to buy players into your club. Accra Hearts of Oak responded in their communique that, don't worry, we have already bought our players. So this transfer ban is not going to affect the registration of the players that we have already bought. Renee Hiddink and his team actually saw that as to be insulting, and then also to be in contempt of what the FIFA had ruled, and even applied that Accra Hearts of Oak should be actually dissolved as a football club. Although that didn't substantiate, they now have gone to the Tema High Court to file a claim against Accra Hearts of Oak that Accra Hearts of Oak should actually pay them their money, or their football operations should be put to a halt. Landlord, your darling club, Accra Hearts of Oak, is in the news once again.
I thought we were done with this issue when the first communique came out, when Accra Hearts of Oak were throwing jabs at the head coach. I thought they've settled the money, but I don't know what is wrong with Hearts of Oak though, but I always say, right now the football that we are playing in the book account, at first when we were growing up, you could see that you're born to Sakeke, but right now each and every player has a lawyer who reads the contract to him or her before signing it. At first, it wasn't like that.
Players,
Any players,
no matter.
Okay,
if some of them,
but in Abuche,
yes, Abuche now.
That's the technical director on your screen there, really hitting the Dutch technical director that was appointed by Accra Hearts of Oak. When they decided to shake up things to make things look more European, they ended up putting themselves in hot waters.
Shake up, man.
So I think that before this, when you guys were saying something about South Africa, and you said something like I think I support Hearts of Oak, but if I think a sanction is being given to them, I think that they will take this thing very seriously, because the last time we started, we all saw the communique from them. So Omotomo players in the area. So if any band kwa bakwana inform more. I think that communique we said it was a very bad communique from the communication director. So all the same now this thing has come up again. I think I'll talk to the FA to talk to Asofo because any decision that comes from FIFA Asofo is under GFA. So let them educate them. I'm sure say GFA also has a legal team. Then Asofo legal team link up with the GFA legal team and see more to it because it is becoming unbecoming. Look at how the team is performing right now. There are some places that Asofo last season, previous season when they go out, they don't get a win. But this time around they are getting a draw. So the team, Masudi the money is doing very well. But the players and the team doesn't need this news right now. And penny for no more down, no Alaji Akambi, Vincent to do no. We don't need this news right now. The team is attractive right now. So we need this thing to go on. So I think they should just pay the money. See, can we know more shade and I'm sure the money is they should just pay the money and let this thing go. Once a they just ban House of Folk. So I think I'm begging them. This one I don't want to talk plenty. I'm begging them. They should just pay the money.
Benito.
I think that
Folk should just pay the money.
Yes, landlord should start this campaign.
Pay them
probably channeling that energy now called blaster protest.
On protest against House of Folk.
Not necessarily.
And
so yes, only this hard way because I do not know why since August 2025.
Yeah,
and I communicate nearby. It's almost 2 months now.
Yeah,
that this has been the verdict from FIFA on the subject matter that involves Heart of Folk and their ex-technical director in Red Hennick. Sang of Omo Tremansu Bruta. Send you no go say denk. Omo Pemansu papa.
Is it the Russian people?
You appoint me
the
Dutch, Netherlands.
Netherlands.
You gave me 3 years contract. I served no more than 8 months. You sacked me. And his case is very simple. Wrongful termination of contract. You see, so at this point in time, in fact, I really remember, I chanced on one of his lawyers' interview that they came to Heart of Folk. In this case, they mentioned the board chairman's name. Yes, that they needed these people to just meet and solve things amicably on the lower note. But then it was to no avail. So right from that particular instant, they took the matter on. And at this point in time, from that particular interview, they made it clear that they wouldn't listen to any other thing than settlement.
Because they came for amicable settlement.
Yes.
You said you don't want to.
You didn't agree to that fact.
You didn't listen to them.
Yes. And Tisabri, it is not less than $150,000.
$146,400.
So approximately $150,000. One famba on TFA. Me, I wonder why from 2023 up to this time, Heart of Folk make any move probably to solve this thing. I do not know why. Psychologically, it tells me one thing, that Omuniska. I do not know for a fact, but psychologically, you owe me certain amount of money since 2023. I came to you for us to solve it amicably. It didn't succeed. That is my point.
If you don't have that money, you just
Madam Fubika Chem say, men young who guy, send a beya obi buawa obey in a new. You who hear no be more. What I do not know I do not know the financial status of House of Folk. But from all these back and forth, my psyche tells me one thing, that Omudis canon. That is what my instinct is telling me.
That for a football club,
yes,
like Accra to Folk, if you do not have $146,400 to be able to use as a club, then I don't think you are being run properly.
Administrative error, I can't about South Africa, no, go through the archives, calculate the huge sums of money Heart of Oak have paid in the name of judgment debt. Just calculate. And yes,
Instead of people benefit from that because
I am beginning to believe that
just at the end of the season, right? We saw Heart of Oak. Let's go.
Mass terminations.
16 players.
Yes.
The season before that, 18 players. Now,
do you know that they still have a pending issue between Jonas Ajay?
yes.
Yes.
Who is playing with FC Basel
Yes.
at the moment?
And so, I do not understand. A team like Heart of Oak, no, Adabraka, it should be far away from them.
Yeah.
A giant like Heart of Oak, no, it should be far away from them. And one thing that bothers me the most is that the moment we say Heart of Oak, it is attached by Ghana.
Yeah.
The moment Heart of Oak has been dragged to FIFA because of this and that, Ghana, a Ghanaian club. I'm just reading a piece right here. A Ghanaian club, Heart of Oak. A Ghanaian club. Unfortunately, Ghana comes first before Heart of Oak.
Yeah.
And so Heart of Oak na acquire the money. The moment such stories pops up on social media, on the Google, on the internet, it doesn't speak well of our country. Yes, sir. Can you wait to an order?
I have to say, I'm 40 or maybe no more that.
Yes.
That's what's actually going on. You can overshadow on that. Because administration has to go on. Club administration, everyone you are being paid to work. It's
No,
Anyway, that is one thing that is troubling or plaguing Ghanaian football at the moment. Accra Heart of Oak and then their saga, because it's not good news for Accra Heart of Oak. But now a lot of messages are coming in now. This one is saying that I am Prosper from East Legon Hills. The fine is quite heavy. It's quite a heavy slap on Heart of Oak, and this is going to affect the team. But hope they find a slight chance of escape. Both landlords, local and international teams are a mess financially. Landlord, they're saying both your clubs, locally and internationally, just a crowd of FC Barcelona, they are a mess financially.
Yes. So
this is coming from Prosper from East Legon Hills. Prosper is one of our ardent watchers. He's left Budumburam to East Legon Hills at the moment, and then he's actually sent us a message. This one is also saying, I'm Weniwa from Kwashiman. You guys are doing a marvelous job. I hope to see Aubameyang's Gabon qualify and see how he'll play in the next phase against Nigeria from his star performance against Gambia. Aubameyang scored 4 goals and then had a red card.
Yes, icing on the cake.
Over there. So I'm not sure he's even going to play because
he's suspended
of the red card.
Yes,
so
he's suspended.
We'll see whether Gabon qualify and then he'll be able to play against them. Quite a lot of messages. This one is also from Nana Kojo Otua Prince Christian Okain. He's also saying he's watching us from wherever he is. A lot of messages coming in, but unfortunately, we have more to discuss. Ronaldo breaking records. Lionel Messi breaking records. Cristiano Ronaldo set the record for being the player with the most goals in World Cup qualifying. This guy, there's nothing he can do. The most goals in World Cup qualifying. Cristiano Ronaldo has scored 41 whooping goals in World Cup qualifying. A lot of countries don't even have that particular tally in World Cup qualifiers, but Cristiano Ronaldo, 41 goals World Cup qualifiers. Landlord.
And I think these two guys, Ronaldo and Messi.
We'll talk about Messi's record too, because he's also set another one.
But for Ronaldo in 40 years, checking that 40 years now, he born or born. I always say, because say, hey, then where did I pass? Because now, if in 40 years is playing like this, and then at 40, right now he's just having fun. Right now, also like per what I'm seeing, they are just having fun because the Ronaldo that I knew way back in Real Madrid, where Messi will play Saturday, Ronaldo will play Sunday. If Messi score hat-trick, Ronaldo will score hat-trick on Sunday. So for Ronaldo, I'll not be surprised. 40 years, but look at how he's performing. But we'll see our own people here, 35 were retired, no dinko for or to Tugun Kolana Sume, my advice. You know, they are counselors and advising young guys. Whilst you at the age of 35 years, you've retired. Whilst you start, we're not even started before you, but you are saying that at the age of 35 years, you retired, then you are following people, giving them advice. Whilst you were playing, because we didn't see anything that you were doing. That was just by the way. So now I think a big one to Cristiano Ronaldo. Is really performing well. I'm just hoping and praying, say, then maybe next year World Cup, we will see Ronaldo at Portugal. And I'll be very happy for Portugal to lift the trophy. I'm not a fan of Ronaldo, but he's a complete player, but when he gets the hold of the World Cup,
Has completed football. Benito is
because he's everything. I'm a big fan of Messi, but I'll no disrespect to Cristiano Ronaldo. When he takes the World Cup, the hype over Messi and Ronaldo, we are done. We are done.
We'll both say both of them are equal.
No, we will say both of them are equal, but we will say Ronaldo is ahead of Messi. Although Messi has the World Cup, Messi has a lot of trophy, but when Ronaldo gets hold of the World Cup, we are done.
Well, by all indications, it looks as though Portugal are on course to qualify. And if they do so, Cristiano Ronaldo may be playing in his last World Cup.
We're just hoping that no injuries come around.
We're just hoping that no injuries come around. Then we'll see whether he will be able to lift it. But mind you, if they qualify for the World Cup, there's only still one winner for that particular World Cup, which is the Ghana Black Stars. We hope that inshallah they are going to actually win in that particular one. And Lionel Messi also has set the record.
Why are you like that?
Lionel Messi has set.
Did you say Black Stars?
The Ghana Black Stars, winners of the 2026 World Cup.
Oh no, it's true. I think it can happen. It has already happened. It is finished. So we are doing it. Don't worry. We are doing it.
Anyway, let us know your comment. Do you think the Black Stars can actually win the World Cup 050-050-0421? Or we are just qualifying to just count or be among the numbers? Let us know.
With this our current team, anything above round of 16 is a blessing of God in the World Cup. Yes. Anything above round of 16 is a blessing from God. They are in round of 16. With this our squad and our performance. The last edition, it was at the group stages. The last one we went in right from 2006. Yes, we went for the 2014.
Yeah.
Okay, may say if we're able to go past round of 16. It will be one of the surprises we've had in the history of Ghana football.
Benito, that's a bold statement.
Yes. The 2026 World Cup, I repeat, if you're able to go past round of 16, it will be one of the surprises we've encountered in the history of Ghana football.
I mean, I'm touting them to win the World Cup.
I understand that upsets do happen in football, but not this time.
Anyway, upsets do happen in football, but not this time. And another record has been set, I mentioned earlier, by Lionel Messi, who becomes the greatest assist provider for national teams in the whole world. Lionel Messi now has 60 assists internationally. Second to none, Lionel Messi, still creating records at his age.
Yes, I've said this thing that greatest of all time is among these two gentlemen. That accolade, greatest of all time. When talking about football, people that has graced the green turf. In America, say Ronaldo kwaje World Cup, Messi for no theater. The moment that thing happens, it ends this conversation. But let's see how things unfold. Least said about these footballers. For Messi to be the most assist or player to have provided assist in international games, it is of no news. We know their qualities and we know how they've graced the green turf. 60, Neymar no 58, he's been inconsistent. And so, I don't know, but with 2 intervals there, it's more likely that Neymar can catch up. But as of now, let's give Messi his flowers. He deserves it, and I think that they've performed overwhelmingly well. That I do not know. Maybe after some 50 years, and you've been with this kind of rivalry.
Maybe at some 50 years, certainly we would hope that we'll see another kind of rivalry in our lifetime. But these two have been exceptionally great. The greatest of all time. You can argue that Messi is better, Ronaldo is better. But these two have given us a showdown for sharing the same stage for more than 14 years, 15 years, 16 years, battling amongst each other. Who is actually the best of the best? Benito, landlord, our time is fast spent. Just as we were having fun. It's already time. I'll take your last words. We'll be coming on Friday, but I'll take your last words once again.
Yes, we'll be coming on Friday. I'm sure we'll be delving deeper into Kotoko's game against WAC. It should be a national agenda since they are only rep now in the CAF club competition. We'll be back on Friday and do what we do the best.
Landlord.
Since I'm back and I want to start, I've come back with so many things. Yesterday I saw a link on Facebook here. World Cup, open some call World Cup now. And go first start to apply. Please, let me use this our precious station to advise Ghanaians. Charlie, we have people who are just be very careful. Just be very careful. Use the right channel. If you want to go, use the right channel because we don't want a situation where you think of Woody. And because yesterday I was just when I saw the link on social media, people were saying they want to go. Almost 8 months for you to go. Start to be patient, you get it then. But use the right channel. And for us, you can come be no chundi. What the bar, so we're coming back on Friday, as Benito said. Kumasi Asante Kotoko. We're just hoping that on Sunday they will beat WAC Oto.
All right, we are also hoping that you actually do have a great rest of the week, and then we'll catch you on Friday. This is how we call it a wrap. My name is Nanaya Asari. I did this with champion Benito, the champion of champions, and Isaac Opoku, aka the landlord of Ghana football. At this point, we call it a wrap. Arrivederci.